back this table up.
Welcome to Bourbon Battles, where I'm Joe.
And I'm Chad.
So, Chad and I have known each other for 30 years. We've been drinking whiskey together for 25 years. So here's how it works. We've got a spreadsheet where my wife picks, at random, 2 pairings. She pours them blind for us, sticks them in a black bag, sticks them back there on the shelf. Chad and I have no idea what we're drinking. But we're going to tell you which one we think is the best. As always, there's no script, no rehearsal, but I want everybody to understand that when we do these, we do 3 episodes at a time, and this is episode 3.
And this will be the only episode 3.
Chad says no more.
1 episode at a time. From this
One
point.
episode at a time, because we've been drinking a little.
Until next
Does
time.
it remind you of the good old days?
Until next time.
We're getting a little too old for this shit.
Never too old.
So, as of right now, you know what we're drinking. Number 1 and number 2. We have no idea, but we're going to tell you what we think is the best. And like we said in the last couple episodes, we don't give a red rat's ass what's on the label. We just like what we like. And so far, we've agreed on everything.
We have. And it's all about taste. It's not about the label, which is why we're doing it. We're doing it so you can go find it at your Kroger or your wherever.
Costco's,
I'm
Walmart.
I'm just going to stop.
All
right
of
there.
it.
Any of your local liquor places, any of your local liquor establishments.
Now, we're from Indiana. We can get it here. You might not be able to get it where you're at, but this is always easy to find until it's not easy to find. We're going to do some of that too at some point, I'm sure.
Guaranteed.
Because it's fun, and he's got a lot more better shit that I want to drink for free.
Guaranteed.
So there we go. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Hot. Chad's got the palate. I don't. I just tell you what I like.
So do I. Don't kid yourself. We need a lady.
It's not that
We
bad.
need a lady taster to go with the palate. But I can tell you if it's good or if it's shit.
I sure hope Megan's watching this right now. Megan, you need to get on the show with us sooner than later because she
will.
knows her shit.
She does. She's good.
Megan is certainly Chad's way better half.
Thanks.
Just like Libby's
Thanks.
my way better half who made all this for us.
That is hot.
It's hot. I don't know about this.
I do.
You like that high proof hot stuff. I do too.
All right, here we go. We're going to try number 1.
You want to talk about how stupid the legs are?
Mm-mm.
That's hot. I think I like it. It's got a little sweet to it. It's pretty good.
This is a bourbon tasting trick I want everybody to know.
Put some in your hand and rub it and smell it?
No.
Oh.
So you smell it. When you taste it, suck a breath in before you taste it. Blow it out. That way, if there's ethanol on it, you will blow the ethanol out versus sucking the ethanol in. That way, when you taste whiskey, and this was taught to me by a gentleman from the Willett Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. When you taste the whiskey, if you blow out the ethanol, you're going to be able to taste it much better because you're doing that versus, because if you suck it in, you're sucking all that ethanol in your lungs. Well, your human body is not going to like ethanol.
Good bourbon's got a ton of flavor.
Good bourbon has a unique flavor. Good bourbon is easy to drink. Good bourbon is easy to have conversation with. Good bourbon is easy on the palate. I mean, there's a lot of things about it.
If you think it's really hot, like when you were in college with Wild Turkey 101.
I just thought that was really fun.
You ever do that?
Lots. I did it Saturday.
I
did it Saturday night.
We could tell stories, but the captain's probably watching.
The chief is probably watching.
That's good.
I'm gonna leave that because I want to put a little water in it.
I like it.
It's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad.
I don't think I'm gonna put water in it.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try everything with water.
Peanuts.
Shut up.
Peanuts. I got peanuts.
Leather. I get old leather. You ever taste leather?
Beat it.
Who's ever taken a damn strap that you sharpen a razor blade on, chewed on it, and said, "Boy, that tastes like leather. I think I'll have some of
That reminds me of my brother-in-law Gerard and how he got my nephew using a leather strop to sharpen knives.
Yeah, do you think it's...
Whiskey never tastes like that. Smells.
No, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Tastes like cotton balls and leather and elderberries.
Oh, look there, bananas.
How about some peanuts?
Peanut brittle. Sweet peanuts.
A lot of the flavor in whiskey is
Yeah.
from the barrel. I'm not going to discredit that, but I think
Like 90%?
well, I don't know if I'd even go 90%, but there's a lot of it that is, and the nonsense of people saying I taste plums with a dash of cherry and a hint of ginger. That's nonsense. It's either it's good,
With muskrat venom.
right? It's either good or it's bad, in my opinion. Now,
Tastes like muskrat venom, don't drink it. I shouldn't say names. Remember when Matt D got bit by a muskrat in middle school? You wouldn't remember that. It's the same guy they pissed in his cowboy hat
I know
at the
who it
Double
is.
White Saddle Club.
I know who it is.
I hope he sees this.
So do I. I hope the guy pissed in his cowboy hat sees it.
So this is episode 3. If you haven't watched the first 2 episodes, go back and watch them. Where Maker's Mark 46 beat Knob Creek Store Pick in
It was
episode
Maker's
1.
Mark. It was Maker's Mark 46 cast strength, bud.
What did I say?
Figure it out or don't say it.
And in episode 2, Bell Mead beat a Remus Store Pick.
Yep.
And those were both pretty easy to decipher.
They were. We agreed.
We agreed. This one,
Which is really unusual because we
don't agree on anything.
Not usually.
And we like to argue.
A lot.
Like 2 kids.
A lot.
Now these 2 right here,
Pretty close.
I don't know. I
They're
don't know if
pretty
I can
close.
pick.
I
Can
put
we
one-
have a tie?
No.
Why can't you?
You can't.
It's our show. It's our effing
We
rules.
can do what we want. But I'm not going to
It's too bad we don't do but one take because I just dropped the big one. I want to say number 2 is a Heaven Hill product. I don't think that's right though.
The water doesn't really hurt number 1, but it doesn't help number 1. I will say that.
I will say that I like them both.
I taste some clover, some fine tobacco, a little juniper berry,
Get lost.
some smoked oak.
You know, the Big Slam puts clover in his apple pie moonshine. Is that what you're tasting? Some of that?
You know, I know a lot of things about the Big Slam, but that ain't one of them. By the
I don't
way-
know if I can pick a winner.
Well, let's just hold tight for a second because it's going to take me a minute on this one. The viewers already know what we're drinking. This is number,
Yeah, number 1. It could be here, could be here.
My number 1's gone. I had
Depends
water.
how I edit it. Number 2 or number 2. I ain't gonna put water in either one of them. I don't think that's gonna do any good.
I think that's the only fair way to do it because if you're drinking it on ice,
You think we need to?
well, I think if you're drinking it on ice, it's only helpful.
You drink a lot of whiskey on ice?
Never, but that's not the point.
I only do when I've had too many. My wife tells me to slow down.
Which is every time you start.
Not every time.
So
Chad's gonna have to hang out for about an hour after we finish this episode, so we can do some editing and those type of things. And I think I'm gonna get into some Old Forester while we're hanging out.
I see 5 bottles.
There's 4 there, bud. You need a shot?
Like I said, I see 5 bottles.
I don't know if I can pick a winner. Don't say it. I'm gonna pick a winner.
I've got mine.
Give me a second,
I've got mine.
because mine are gone, so I have to pick a winner.
I've got mine.
Put the number up with your fingers. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
There you go.
We both picked number 2. I have no clue.
Nor do I. Let's see the unveil.
So let's see number 1. This is what we did not pick.
What we got?
So our little fancy black bags are literally a Pello Sham cut in half because I didn't get what I was looking for. So now I got to go back and buy some more. Chad gets the description sheet as I pull it
Number
down
one.
to us. Looky here, bud.
1792
Looky.
small batch. It is from Kentucky. It's from the Barton Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. Also owned by the Sazerac Company, who is the parent company to Buffalo Trace.
Just
and
so everybody
Barton.
knows, this fancy one with the wicker thing on the top, it's the exact same juice.
No, it's not the same juice. It's the same company.
I was just kidding. These aren't the same whiskeys?
They're not. Small batch, 93.7 proof. It's 8 years old. Like I said, it's 1792 small batch made by the Barton Distillery. The Barton Distillery, like I said, is in Bardstown, Kentucky, and it is owned by Sazerac, who is the parent company to Buffalo Trace as well as Barton.
Worth noting, one of my favorite whiskeys I've ever had is made by 1792.
He can't stop with the sweet wheat.
I gotta have
It's
some
pretty
sweet
obnoxious.
wheat, and you can't find it nowhere, but he's got some, so it's gonna be on this show. And when my wife pours it, I'm gonna, whatever it is, I'm gonna tell her, fill it up. Because I
All about
love
sweet
it.
wheat.
I
Let's
love
get
it.
number 2, bud. Number 2.
Does that surprise you?
Number
You
2.
like 1792 small batch?
It's not bad.
Let's see what's in number.
Let's see what number 2 is. Number 2 was better.
This is
That's
the
what I picked.
This is our winner. Our bags really suck. We're gonna have to do some work on that.
All right, here we go.
One of my absolute favorites.
Number 2, the winner, was Four Roses small batch.
As you can see, I've
It's
had
also
some
from
of it.
Kentucky, and it's 90 proof. And for those of you that don't know anything about Four Roses,
It's delicious.
Four Roses has been around a long time, and they're really good.
Used to be really bad, now it's really good.
Never was really bad, I don't think.
I think.
They have 10 recipes, and they make good whiskey. It's easily accessible. Four Roses small batch is on every shelf.
Four
in the
Roses
country.
yellow label's pretty good for an
Four
80
Roses-
proof-ish.
Four Roses yellow labels good,
Cheap,
yes.
real cheap.
But Four Roses small batch versus 1792 small batch, I picked Four Roses small batch as well as Joe. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you like what you saw, subscribe. It's only going to get better from this point forward. We appreciate you guys coming by, stopping by, see what we got.
We're just having fun. Gives us a reason to drink together.
It does, and it gives us a reason to let people who don't know anything about whiskey.
Would you say it's fair to say if you want some whiskey for your friends when they come over, Four Roses small batch make anybody happy?
For the most part.
I would agree with that.
And it's easy, like I said, it's easy to get. We're trying, what I'm trying to do is prevent people from the hype of the label.
We don't care about that. Neither should you.
Right.
So,
I'm a sipper, not a flipper.
what his shirt says. Hey, look us up on Bourbon Battles on Facebook. Shoot us an email at bourbonbattlesblind@gmail.com. Hey, if today's winner,
The Instagram's coming.
he says the Instagrams is coming. I don't know anything about it. You gotta get an app on your phone for that.
No, you don't.
You know? So,
Like he said, he didn't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it. TikToks?
Never.
No TikToks. So remember, if you want to see Four Roses small batch go up against one of your favorites, let us know in the comments, and we'll see about getting a bottle. If we don't have one, you can send us one.
We will
We're happy to drink it.
blindly battle any whiskey that you guys want to see, so long as we can acquire it.
So long as
If
we can
don't
get it
already have
easily,
it.
we'll get it. And if you're interested in being a sponsor of our channel, where we wear your t-shirt or hat, let us know. We can talk about it.
Fact.
We can be bought
Fact.
with whiskey or cash
Fact.
or a few other things that we won't talk about. Hey, remember guys, drinking bourbon is supposed to be fun. Do it responsibly and don't drink and drive.
Please don't drink and drive. It's not worth it.